This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Our relationship has been noted, and it does help us. I think, but the main thing is that, regardless of our relationship, is that we both have to do our jobs, and that's what we're working extremely hard to do. But, Coach is a guy who I've been with. I know what to expect from him. He knows what to expect from me, and so we're not panicking in this situation. We're putting our heads down, getting to work.
He just gave a really optimistic report on Brock Bowers, said he's going at full speed, looks like his old self. We saw kind of the chemistry you guys had at the beginning of the season in training camp. How do you tap back into that?
Yeah, just repetition. Again, Brock's a big part of our offense, and we missed him out there for sure. But, just repetition and continuing to, work him through it, work him into it, seeing how he feels and stuff like that. But just going out there and repping it, he looks fine to me, so really happy to have him back.
The relationship with Tyler Lockett has been noted over the years, obviously. What does it mean to have him back in this locker room? What do you think he'll provide not only just for you as a part of the rest of the season as well?
Yeah, it's just, a good feeling to have a close friend of mine, right next to me, especially, when, things aren't going great, didn't start off like we'd like to. But, Tyler's a guy who understands me and knows how to get me going. And so, he's a great locker room guy, a great leader. He's going to provide a ton of information for the wideouts, and especially for our young guys who are still developing and learning. And he's also still got juice, man. He can still play. And so there's a lot that he brings to the table. But, aside from him just, being a good friend of mine and, just having my buddy, back in the locker room is pretty cool.
What's one thing about your guys' friendship off the field that brings you closer together on the field?
I mean, our wives are extremely tight. He's on the second kid. I'm on my second kid. We spent 6 years together in Seattle. When I was the backup and I was the starter, lots of ups and downs. Just, he's just a great person. And the more you guys get to know him, the more you'll see that. But he's a wonderful, outstanding human being, and he brings a lot to the table.
In what ways did the bye week benefit you?
Just give your body a little bit of rest. Get about 2 or 3 days off of just getting rest, and also get a chance to study extra tape. You get a few extra days to catch up on your opponent. Try to study and develop a game plan to go out there and execute. And so it was a good bye week for me personally. I was able to, like I said, get my body right, watch a ton of film, watch a ton of football, and kind of just reset. Reset your mind and get ready for the rest of the season.
Are you seeing the same things Pete's seeing in terms of the running game, making some progress? And if it's the case, how much does it ultimately help you with your performance?
Yeah, I think we're all making progress. I wouldn't just single out the running game. I think we got to be better in the passing game as well. There's a lot of areas that we need to improve on, and again, the bye week gave us a chance to do some self-scouting, to really take those hard looks in the mirror and just figure out what we need to do to be better on all sides of the ball, on all phases of the ball. So the run game obviously is the quarterback's best friend. We want to be balanced. We want to establish the run. We want to control the line of scrimmage, and you do that by running the ball, and then you also be efficient. Stay efficient, stay on schedule. All the things that you talk about when you talk about, just playing, good team football. It starts with the running game.
When you did self-scout the passing game, what were the takeaways you had?
Some good things, and then some things that we have to improve on. Obviously, the main thing is protecting the football. Keeping the ball out of the defense's hands and making sure our defense is able to rest on the sideline and not have short fields to play with. And then, just continuing to be efficient, getting that explosion back that we kind of had to start the season, but also taking what they give us and being efficient, and just overall developing and learning. Again, we're still learning each other, and now it's that point of the season where you start to, you either get better or you get worse. And so we're going to get better as a team, and I'm really, really, really excited about that.
How much do you go back to look at that Patriots game when you had a healthy offense and a healthy Brock Bowers out there, to show what that was kind of all about, what that could be all about?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched all our games, and the thing about our season is that we've had injuries, but we've also had guys step up, and even in that Patriots game, there were things that we left out there and we could have done better, and so that's an ongoing process. That's something that we've always got to strive for. We're going to strive for perfection, and try to fall somewhere along those lines. And so when I watch all our games, I see a lot of guys making plays. Guys out there straining, the offensive line is protecting their butts off, doing all the things that we asked them to do, and then a lot of just us shooting ourselves in the foot. If we stop that, then it looks a lot better, in my opinion.
The Jags lead the league in dropping D linemen back in coverage. As a quarterback, how does that kind of add a wrinkle to how you go through your reads?
Yeah, just being mindful of that. A lot of sim pressure, so they'll bring one guy and drop one guy. And so you just know if they're bringing a blitz one way, that the opposite side is going to be dropping. And again, you want to stick to your reads and make sure you're just seeing the field, proper way. That's the main thing. And then getting the ball out of my hands. We're developing a great game plan this week, and we got to go out there and execute it. And again, it starts with me. It starts with me getting that ball out of my hands and playing efficiently, playing the right way, and then when the time comes, being explosive.
What are the challenges?
In what way can Tyler Lockett be an asset to some of the younger wide receivers as they learn the nuances of the game?
Yeah, I mean, he's played a lot of football, caught a lot of passes in many different ways, and he's a guy who really understands defense. He understands spacing. He knows, how to deceptively get open. He's not the biggest guy, not the fastest guy, so he's had to, gain an edge some way. And so he's a very deceptive guy, but he understands what's going on. Like I said, he knows how to get open. He understands coverages, and I think that'll the more we talk coverages with the young guys and they get to see things, the better we all will be. And so that's just something that he brings to the table. But we got other guys. Jacoby does the same thing as well.
What are the challenges you think Travis Hunter presents as a cornerback?
Man, he's a electrifying playmaker. He's got great ball skills, as you can see. He plays offense and defense. The kid is he plays hard. Loves the game. He's fearless. You can see that in the way that he plays. And I just enjoy guys who love football, and he's really a guy who I think loves football. So it'd be great to compete against him.
What type of challenge is it for you guys going from having a bye week to then getting 2 games in 5 days?
Got to go. Got to do it. Doesn't matter. That's what the schedule laid us, and we got to go and get it done. So we're just focused on this one game, and we'll see after that.
All right. Thanks, Gino.
Thanks, Gino.
You've been watching Breaking News from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.